Hey guys, happy Friday to everybody. Today's video is all about changing your mindset when you are starting a low carb, high fat diet. Couple things I just want to touch on because I've been contacted by a subscriber asking a couple questions about, do I eat fruit on this diet, and is 75% of my macros, of my daily macros, being that it's fat, isn't that too high? She wants to know. And also about counting calories when you're on this way of eating. So here's my 3 things in regards to those topics that I want to say. Number 1, no, I don't eat fruit. The reason I don't eat fruit is because fruit is sugar containing. And when you look at a bowl of fruit and you look at a bowl of ice cream, we're pretty much shown on a lot of TV shows and things, you could substitute ice cream for frozen yogurt and it's a healthier alternative. Or you can substitute a bowl of fruit salad for a bowl of ice cream and it's a healthier alternative. Guys, here's the deal. When you eat a piece of fruit or a bowl of ice cream, your body, once it gets in there, doesn't know that it's a piece of fruit or a bowl of ice cream. It just breaks it down, sends the sugar into the bloodstream, pancreas secretes insulin, the insulin has to go take the sugar out of your blood and store it. If you're eating too much sugar, which shouldn't really be more than, I believe, 1 teaspoon every few hours, that's how much our body can break down at a time. You store the sugar into the fat cells and it gets stored. So here's the thing. You may have fruit. Once you're adapted, you can add back in some berries and things like that on the low glycemic index. Or you could just not eat fruit at all. Nobody says you have to eat fruit in life. Okay, I know you guys are going to hound me for this, but if you are trying to get adapted, if your body is trying to stay in a ketogenic state, you don't eat fruit. That's just my opinion. Because most of us that choose this lifestyle, it's not because we have an easy time losing weight or body fat. It's because we have a hard time. So if we have a hard time losing body fat and inches and things like that, why take in the sugar unnecessarily? That's just my opinion. I also notice on this way of eating, I don't crave it anymore. So maybe it's easier for me to say. Maybe some of you will crave it. I don't know. I don't crave any. The only sweet I ever really crave, I can totally satisfy with a cup of coffee with heavy cream and some Truvia. Sometimes I take about 1/3 of a cup of heavy cream and I blend it up into a whipped cream and I put a little Truvia in that. Those things satisfy my sweet tooth. There's no sugar in those things, guys. So you're satisfying your sweet tooth naturally with Truvia, not Splenda, not sugar. And your body doesn't take that sugar and say, wait a minute, I thought we were burning fat for fuel. Now we're burning sugar. And then your body gets out of that adaptation. So I stay away from the fruit. Now I'm not saying, as the months go by and whatever, I'm not going to incorporate some blueberries or something. I don't know. Right now, I'm not missing it. So let's move on to the next topic. The next topic is 75% macronutrients in one day too high for fat? In other words, if I set my macros to 75% of my daily intake to fat, is that too much? That was how she worded her question. And I say no, because when you are not on a low carb, high fat diet, you use glucose as your primary fuel source. Our bodies run off sugar. When you start a low carb, high fat diet, the purpose of it is to eliminate the sugar, to get your brain to use your fat stores or your food intake as far as fat for fuel. It doesn't happen overnight. Can we get into ketosis in 3 days? Some of us can, but it's not a fully adapted ketosis. It's basically you're converting fat stores into ketones and you're urinating them out, and thus your sticks are showing that you're in ketosis. That's all fine and well, but it's not a true, fully keto adapted body. So you have to eat high fat. In other words, without eating high fat, you have no fuel to go on. And so many plans that are low carb, high fat, or just low carb in general, medium fat intake, you'll notice fatigue. And the reason you're fatigued is because you're not getting the fat. You're not putting fuel into your car, so you can't drive. The fat that you get helps your body have something to burn for energy. Now, the problem with that, I don't even think it's a problem. There's like a twisted thing about it. If you eat too much fat, your body's only going to burn that. You want your body to burn its fat stores. So the reason we do 75% fat in a diet like this is to have something to go on, because you're not going to be eating sugar. So what the heck are you going to eat to keep your body running? It's like gas in a car. I always say it. 75% of my daily intake with fat is like filling up your car to go on a drive. Instead of using sugar, I'm using fat. And when my body doesn't have enough fat in its presence as far as eating, it will burn stores. And you have to balance the two. You can't just not eat anything, because then you'll starve to death. So recommending high fat, low carb will, keeping your macros at 75% fat intake will definitely keep you from being fatigued, and it will also allow you to burn fat and use the body fat as well. Does that make sense? It's so hard to explain, guys. I'm trying really hard to help you. Okay, the third question was calories. She's like, how many calories am I supposed to have in a day and all this other stuff? Here's the deal with that. Don't count your calories. Do not. Don't count them. The reason is this. A calorie in and a calorie out, I get it. But if you really, really, really spend some time and research this, it's such a myth, and it's such a, I'm sorry, I don't believe it anymore. I was taught that in nursing school. I've always been a calorie in versus a calorie out. But you guys know, if I'm on a 1,500 calorie diet and you're on a 1,500 calorie diet and the neighbor's on a 1,500 calorie diet and your husband, your wife, nobody's going to lose weight the same. So a calorie in versus a calorie out, BS, people. It's not right. We, on this particular eating plan, really, I mean, you can count your calories, but I don't suggest it, because when you eat things that are high fat, animal protein, cheese, things like that, there's calories in those things, but there's no sugar, low carb. Thus, the vehicle to store the fat that we're taking in isn't there anymore. So we burn it off. We don't store it anymore. That's the thing, guys. That's the golden ticket. Glucose is the vehicle that stores fat. When you don't eat it, you don't store it. Unless you eat too much protein, then it turns to sugar, and that you can store. That's a whole other video. So here's my suggestion. If you're starting this plan, forget calories. Don't count them. Don't count them. Count your macronutrient percentages. Set your plan for 75% fat, 20% protein, and 5% carbs. Get an app called MyFitnessPal. It's what I use. It's the best app in the world. You just put your foods in. You can scan them. There's a scanner. It's a free app. It will calculate all of your macros for you. It will let you know if you've went above. It will let you know if you're not in the range. You can see a pie chart. You can see the breakdown. I mean, it's like a no-brainer. I am on MyFitnessPal as Felicia Nurse. You can friend me on it. My diary, my food journal is open. You guys can see what I eat at every meal, at every snack. I log religiously. And it's working. Now, I'm a girl. I'm 45 years old. I'm 5'4". I didn't have a weight problem when I was younger. I could pretty much eat anything. As I got older, you guys know, you can't sit and eat a whole pizza and a couple beers with the guys anymore. I was always trying to do everything I could. Low calorie, low fat, whatever. It doesn't work. Does it work temporarily? Yeah, but then you get hungry. Why? Because you're not having the calories. You're not having the fat. Fat satiates you. And when you're eating sugar and fat, like a slice of pizza, the bread and the cheese, guess what? Guess where that fat goes? Unless you're really lucky and like can burn that off and your metabolism is just skyrocketed, you're going to store it as fat somewhere in your body. That's just how it works. So this particular eating plan, I know you guys have seen me on Weight Watchers and MetaFast and Wonder Slim and everything else, but I have to truly tell you, this is my way of life. I love it. I'm not going to change it. I feel so good. I sleep better. I have energy out the roof. I have no more pain in my knee. I don't get pains like I used to. I don't get headaches, guys. You know I used to get headaches, right? I don't get headaches anymore. I think I've taken Advil once in the last few months. No joke, since I've started this. I know it sounds like a farce, but I swear to God, on my kids, on my anything close to me, I feel so good on this plan. I wish every single person on the planet would try it. And that's pretty much all I have to say. We're getting into 10 minutes here, guys. This is a long video. So anyway, high fat, low carb. You will not store fat. Promise. Unless you overdo the protein. Keep your protein moderate, because too much protein without burning it off will turn to sugar. And then again, you got to secrete the insulin, and then it gets stored as fat, and your brain's like, whoa, I'm not on a fat burning mode. Now I'm burning sugar. So you got to watch your macros. It's a way of life. It's a mindset. You know, people are like, oh, well, no fruit. I don't know. Just do it. If you're going to do it, jump into it. Do it. No excuses. If you don't want to do it, you don't have to do it. But if you make the decision to do it and you spend the money buying these good healthy foods and these good healthy fats and you are on it for a while, don't quit, guys. Don't be a quitter. Don't be a quitter. Stick with it. I'm telling you, the payoff is amazing. You'll lose weight. You'll lose inches. You're going to feel better. You're going to slow the aging process. It's totally proven. You can look it up. Read. Not on Google. Journals. Medical journals with scientific evidence, with studies that were done. That's the kind of stuff I'm telling you to read about, because anybody could write an article on Google. You need to look in journals and see the statistics, and if you're science-minded like me, you need to see data. Data doesn't lie. It's just the way it is, guys. So anyway, 12 minutes. I hope you all have a wonderful day. That's my soapbox for the day, and don't hate me, please, because this is my way of thinking right now. It's what works for me. While I would love everybody to try this and live a healthy, sugar-free life, I'm not pushing it on anybody, guys. I just want you to know that. I respect everybody for whatever eating plan they're on. I don't judge anybody. It's just I'm trying to provide information that I'm reading about and that I'm living through, and I'm excited about. So, all right. Have a great day, everybody. Enjoy the weekend. Stay on plan. Don't quit. Don't give up. It's not worth it, right? You've come so far. Stick with it, guys. I'll talk to you soon. Bye.